Come to the stage right now. Put your hands together for Kevin!
Welcome to the Unfunny Kevin Show. I am your host, Kevin Melody. It's Friday, August 22nd. How are you? I hope you've been well. I'm rested and back from vacation. We had plans to do a bunch of bonus stuff while I was gone, but I didn't do it. I was chopping together like episodes at the airport and kind of on a flight. And at some point I was like, fuck this. I went to Europe. We'll get into it in the show. And, you know, I just wanted to have it's a reset. You need to reset your vibes. You got to reset your vibes, brah. You know, you got to get an amethyst and sometimes just reset. I had a great time in Europe and abroad. Yeah, we'll get into it on the show. I hope you guys have been good. Thank you for sending your worst vacations. We're going to wrap out, Jesus Christ. We're going to wrap up the worst vacations today at the end of the show. I will share two new ones, but I'm going to get into the best vacation because I just had legitimately my best vacation I've ever had. And I deserved it. I earned it. It was great. It was good. And I went with my family and we had a really nice time. I visit some family. Shout out my cousin in London. And it's, oddly enough, he's actually Iranian. So, but also a Brit. So it all counts. It goes hand in hand. But yeah, so basically, folks, I took a vacation and it was like kind of planned. It was like a family thing. My mom really wanted to visit Greece in like 2020, which is hilarious. And I felt really bad. We all felt bad because, like, you know, we didn't get to do it. And instead, and I think we talked about it on this show, we went to Portland, which, by the way, is not like Greece, but it is fantastic. If you've never been to Portland, it was great, especially during the pandemic. They had homeless dudes. We saw some homeless guy's dick. It was great. A lot of people on drugs, but they also, look, I'm going to give you the Venn diagram of Greece and Portland. There's nothing in the middle except food, bro. Yeah. Not one bad meal in Portland. I swear to God. And I didn't have one bad meal in Greece. It was crazy. This is the only time in your life you'll ever hear that there's fucking overlap betwixt Paros, Greece, and Portland, Oregon. But let me rewind. So yeah, my mom wanted to go on this trip and we were kind of planning it for a little bit and it fell apart because of all the COVID shit. It was like 2021. And at the time, like, Europe was weird. Like, if you test positive, you'd be stuck somewhere for like fucking 14 days and all this shit. And then after that, it was like, how do you get time off? And everybody lines up and blah, 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 blah. And honestly, like, it was stressful, dude. Like, this year, like, trying to get it all fucking lined up and with my schedule and all this shit, and my wife and her schedules and getting flights all kind of lined up and all that shit. Honestly, it is a lot, you know, and travel, you know, especially international, you gotta dial all your shit in. And I'd never been to Europe before. And I think, you know, when I was little, I used to go back and forth between the East Coast. So I think the longest flight I ever kind of like sat on was 6 hours, 7 hours, maybe, you know, tops. And I had to fly like LA to O'Hare to fucking London, and then London to Athens, and then Athens to Paros. You get in a fucking jumbo jet, a little jet, a baby plane, propeller plane. Like, you have to get all these, just so much shit. And so you gotta, you know, prepare for that. And I used to have severe flight anxiety. We talked about it on the show, I think. But what's funny is I didn't realize, like, I literally, it was like maybe 30 days, no, maybe like 2 months before my trip. We had everything booked. I had to get I paid to get my fucking passport like rushed and all this shit because of course my passport expired in July. And with ICE and, you know, all these other things, you got to make sure your paperwork is good. And even if my paperwork's good, they might be sending me back. Send him back. Um, so, anyway, back to the fucking flight anxiety. So I went to my doctor because I had to do a checkup, and I love my doctor. Like, honestly, like, I don't care if you're like religious or whatever, you know, obviously make fun of a lot of religion on this show, but he's my personal Muhammad. His name is actually Muhammad. He's like, but he's my prophet. I'm just kidding. Of course, there's one prophet, Prophet Muhammad, but my doctor is also my prophet. Muhammad, basically was like, I was like, hey, like, I got to go on this big trip and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, he's the best doctor. He's young. He's fucking jacked. You know, he's Persian and like Egyptian, and he's just fucking great. I love him. We vibe. So I was like, yeah, I got to go on this trip. Like, I know I'm healthy and all that stuff. And like, I do fucking 4-hour flights just fine. You know, I just sit there, look at the flight tracker, jump between the iPad baby and the movie. You know, I can white knuckle that, but I don't fucking. And he goes, yeah. And he just sits there and he's like, so what's wrong? And I was like, well, I mean, I can take ashwagandha and fucking melatonin and all this shit. And he's like, that's stupid. Why would you do that? And I was like, well, because I got to go to like London, you know, so I got to fly like, I don't know, 10 hours there or 10 hours home, whatever. And then I got to fly another 4 hours to Greece, but I can probably get by with the 4 hours. Like, I'm just sitting there like fucking rattling all this shit off. And he just starts laughing and he's like, dude, you just need Xanax. And I was like, huh? And he's like, yeah, I could fix this in 2 seconds. And I said, what are you talking about? You can't just give me Xans. He's like, of course I can. And he's like, dude, if I fly more than 4 hours, he said, I said 4 hours. He said, if I fly more than 2 hours, I'm popping a Xan. And I started laughing. I was like, you motherfucker. And he literally dapped me up. Like, it could be malpractice, but he's my dog. Like, bro, he made it. Like, because I've talked about this before, bro. Airports are what stress me out. Planes are boring as shit. And honestly, off the Xan, it was very evident. Like, I was like, all right, they're just fucking locked in here, bro. Fuck it. You know, like just fucking watching Sopranos for 10 hours straight. It was insane. But life hack, dude. This is part of like self-care, you know, fucking taking care of your brain and all that shit, and like seeing your doctor and like being up on your shit. Like if you go, you do an annual checkup, you have a relationship with the people that are paid to take care of your health, this is the kind of shit you can unlock. Because it is a hack. And of course I became the drug dealer, and all of a sudden my sister and my wife and everyone I was traveling with all of a sudden needed Xans too. And I became the best flyer, and these fools became riddled with anxiety. It was pretty funny. But yeah, we went to London. London's fucking sick. There is a lot of, you know, I got we talk about my golf coach on here. He's from London, and he gave me all these recommendations, and he's also QAnon and all these things. But I love him to death. He's like one of my favorite people. He predicted the Trump assassination and all that, but he's just such a wonderful guy. And he's like, you know, mate, I hate going back to London, you know, fucking no more Brits. Everyone's brown. It's all Pakis and Indians and fucking, you know, Saudis. And I was like, this guy's fucking exaggerating. I mean, you know, it's funny. He wasn't that wrong. When I got there and I was like, oh shit, it's true. But there's plenty of whites. Let's put it to you that way. It's funny. The sentiment, this makes you realize like retards are everywhere and fucking, you know, racist people are everywhere, and everyone's kind of dealing with the same thing. You know, people say that here, like, you know, MAGA make it great again. And, you know, in the year 2050, there's not going to be a white left. And then it's like, all right, sure. We just talked about the return to the land whites. These people are building a white village up there in Arkansas. They're fine. They'll keep breeding. They're still here. Don't worry. They're around. I went to this like row of pubs, and it's like the most American retarded thing. There's like the M&M store. It's like a part of London that's literally created for like retarded American tourists. And I went there, and there was, and I'm not exaggerating, 2 floors of a pub with white. They were so British that they were red but they were still white. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like in America, we have I call them desert whites, where they kind of tan and they become leathery and they're brown. But then when they drink, their nose gets red. Bro, these people were white as shit. They were translucent. They looked like ghosts, but they had red spots everywhere. They were glowing like fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in the pub. And they were singing Wonderwall really loud by Oasis. 2 floors of them. Like, Wonder, baby. And I was like, I'm going to stand outside with the Packies. I didn't feel comfortable in that area. Like, it was very... Don't get me wrong. Tons of Indian dudes, tons of fucking Pakistanis, tons of Saudis. I saw a lot of Sunnis, a lot of burqa. I saw a lot of just different. It's fucking melting pot. It's like I was in Dearborn, Michigan or some shit. It's not like we don't have that here, but there's plenty of whites and there's plenty of white replacement theory and all these fucking nut jobs everywhere. So like, but all the weird shit my coach said aside, whether it was correct or not correct is irrelevant. He gave me these recommendations that were, fucking the best time. I took my mom to the Ritz-Carlton and did high tea, and it's like, again, very white, but my mom loves tea, and she fucking loved the shit out of it. It was amazing. And when you went there, it was a bunch of rich motherfucker. Everybody was like Saudi and, had fucking designer bags, and apparently they're the only ones shopping. I didn't see a lot of Brits at Harrods department store, I'll put it to you that way. But yeah, we did all the London stuff, and it was fun, and I got to see one of my cousins who I never met, and we had a good time. And then we went over to Greece, and Greece is fucking sick. Athens is but it's whatever, but Paros is fucking sick, dude. Paros is like this little island. It's got fish. It's got fucking weather. It's got beautiful, friendly people. Like, it's got everything. It's got fucking everything, dude. And all the rumors are true. Our food is poison. Obviously. You go there, you have sea bass and octopus, and you smoke cigarettes and walk around all day with these Greeks. And even in London, same kind of thing. They sell poison, but it's not our poison. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's pretty nuts. I went there, I lost weight. Like, just, it's nuts. You know what I mean? It's like I eat a fucking croissant, and chug a latte and eat a fucking chocolate, and I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, it's really nuts how fucked up, how fucked up it is here. You think about it, and the criticisms that people have, of Europe are so dolly. There's no AC. That's not true. You're poor. You stay at the place with no AC. You go. You get a good hotel. You get a 5-star hotel. You got AC. You go get yourself a little Airbnb. They got AC. Even Paros, when we were walking around, it was pretty hard to find a place that didn't have AC. If you're outside, yeah, obviously there's none, but all the little shopkeeper, they had fucking AC. It's fine, bro. It's fine. They don't have ice. No, they have ice. I got my wife ice pretty much everywhere we went. I got it in London. Some fucking Pakistani guy who ran the liquor store hooked it up. Bought a couple bags, took it back to the hotel. Done. Easy. We went to fucking in Paros, little island. They had a fucking mini mart right where you get your Camels and your cigarettes and all that stuff. Bags of ice, buddy. Yeah, it's great. And Greece has like cats that walk around that are cool. I met this guy in Greece who was like, he ran a game shop. Like a shop that just had cards and like board games and shit like that. And my wife and I walked in, and I was like trying to get a deck of cards. And he looked at us for a second, and he said, "Hello, first time in Paros?" And we were like, yeah. And he goes, "Oh, very nice." And then he like cracked us like an even deeper smile. And then he said, "Last time in Paros?" And we said, no, we're coming back. And he goes, "They all say that." And then he was like, "Do you want to buy land?" I was like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "I have land. It's zoned next to a church, so nobody will ever build there. It overlooks the water. Do you have Viber, WhatsApp? Let me give you my card. And he takes out this business card and he's like, I sell fireworks, but that's my phone number. And I was like, you have another job on this job? He's like, yes, this is my store, but I sell fireworks. This is my business card for my firework business, but that is my number, and that you can use Viber or WhatsApp and you can talk to me and I'll sell you some land. And I was like, this motherfucker's Persian as shit. He's got fucking 9 jobs. This is actually kind of American as fuck. He's like, yeah, I'm an IGIG yoga. I'm a brand ambassador for Aloe, and I also like make matcha out of my house, and I'm also like I was like, I kind of feel like I'm at home, and I have his number, you know. Maybe we'll call him on the show, and I'll ask him about his real estate, and that'll be like a fun little thing we'll do at some point. But anyway, Zan's fam, London, innate food, everything fantastic, and like I said, you're if you have any doubt in your mind, stop and go do the thing and do the trip and spend the money, and it's worth it. The experience was great, and I can't recommend it enough. If you have questions, email TheUnfunnyKevinShow@gmail.com, and we'll get into it. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back with worst vacations and some crazy fucking things that you've sent me over the weeks that I guess we need to catch up on. Folks, listen, times are rough, right? There's all kinds of things. There's all kinds of troubles in the world, and you've lost your job, and you're probably never going to be able to afford a home, or, and it's actually Joe Biden's fault. Sleepy Joe fell asleep at the wheel. Yeah, it's true. I did. But now I'm back. I'm just kidding. 2028. Come on, me and Kamala. King Coil. Get on the King Coil airbed, folks. That's all you can afford these days. And guess what? It's fine because it's comfortable as all fuck. King Coil airbeds are literally the greatest airbed you will ever sleep in. And I'm not lying and getting paid. This is from fucking Wirecutter, folks. 2025 New York Times Wirecutter pick. You can get a King Coil luxury air mattress, the blue, for $79.95, and apply our little discount code, folks. What? Yeah, that's right. Listeners of this show are privy to an exclusive discount through King Coil using UnfunnyKevin10. Get 10% off and support the Unfunny Kevin Show while buying a luxury King Coil mattress, folks. And this is King Coil, the #1 mattress, for a damn good reason, folks. When it comes to comfort, King Coil does not mess around. We're talking engineered premium materials, built-in pump. It's the air mattress that feels like a real bed, motherfucker, not a pool float. That's why it's a world-renowned air mattress. Whether you're hosting guests, camping under the stars, or need reliable setup in a pinch, King Coil delivers with multiple sizes, built-in support, and ultra-fast setup in minutes. Hassle-free return. 5-star reviews out the ass, folks. Go ahead and use the code UnfunnyKevin. Fast shipping, 2 to 3 business days on all orders, and get 10% off your order. Combine it with a sale, and we're talking about some major savings, folks. Thanks for supporting the show, and thanks for supporting King Coil. Alrighty, we got our favorite sponsor, a fan favorite, and frankly, with tariffs and the state of the world, I don't know how long I can keep doing this, but we're going to push forward, folks. Shinningu.com, SHINNINGU.com. Peacock stone bracelets. They've got earrings. They've got necklace. They've got, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find crystal ball jewelry sets. You heard it. Crystal ball jewelry set. They also, and this is a new item that they sent, they have, speaking of Europe, European American high-end fashion simple copper plating white gold lava irregular muscle pendant. $44, guys. I mean, we're talking about the #1 jewelry maker out of Shenzhen, China. Shinning jade shining like stars, mysterious and dreamlike, amidst the interweaving of light and shadow, quietly emanating a charming charm. go ahead and use the code it doesn't get old. UnfunnyKevin, 15%. That's UNFUNNYKEVIN 15% to take 15% off your first Shinning You order. And fucking get iced out. Ice yourself up. Ice your bitch. Ice your mother. Get him the Shinning You and enjoy. All right, so we got to get back. We got some things to cover here, folks. So I was gone for a couple weeks here on vacation, and America seems like it's been fine. What can you do, right? And speaking of America being fine and great again, someone sent me this very interesting thing. There's a lady who is, I believe she's dressed up like a cat. Hold on one second. Let's see what's going on.
I am a human, but I identify as a dog.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's dressed up like a dog.
Being a handler is basically someone who...
There's a black girl with a curious outfit. She's dressed up like a dog. And there's a white girl. Now I know why you sent me this. Who's feeding her treats.
Who is...
She said it's her handler. This is great.
In a position where they're just taking care of someone else. It doesn't have to be anything romantic. It doesn't have to be anything like... For me, it's very strictly platonic. Good job.
Two of us met at a rave about a month or so
Oh, the white girl's dressed like a cat.
ago.
They deserve each other. This is great. I don't know what's wrong with this. Why are you sending this to me like this is a problem?
I noticed that they had ears on, I had my tail on, and we just kind of clicked from there. Not a dog, I'm more of a cat. I'm like the cat that's sitting on the island while the dog's running around being like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like the cat on an island.
Having fun down there?
Epstein doesn't exist.
There are obviously the pet play handlers, like the side handlers, but there's also the ones that can be relationship-wise. I'm not in a relationship. I tried going through the handler relationship thing. It wasn't it for me.
For us in particular, it's very simple. Just little head pets here and there. Walks
Yeah, it looks really simple.
around, tug of war. It seems pretty normal, at least for us, I'd say. It's just a different way of showing friendship. It's a different way of showing that you care.
Just suck each other off. What happened to that? We're making it great again. I truly think, like, there's nothing wrong with this. I'm not kink shaming. I think this is great, or whatever. Lifestyle shaming. I'm personally LGBTQAI plus. That is all me. I just think that this is the thing is here. People will send me this shit like, look what's wrong, look what's happening, like look what's going on here, and it's like, this is a dumb like culture war thing, but this is like a symptom. Weird sick. You know how they say like they make you fight like culture war, but it's really a class war, and it's not blue and red, it's green and technocrats and autocrats and Trumpy and blah 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 and Ishmael and Philistine and all the whatever. There's all these things going on, but look, listen. I don't care where are the ears. These folks can't buy a home. I know that's hard to understand why that's important. But there's like a clear mental health. There's something happened. We don't have health care. We can't, you know what I'm saying? They're like, well, I don't know. The Lord says they shouldn't be wearing the dog ears. You better not teach my kid about the cats being a cat. Europe has just made me angrier at us. I don't know what's going on. Police recovered $30,000 worth of stolen Labubu collectibles. This is what I'm talking about. We're worshiping the Labubu has infiltrated us at levels. We talked about Labubus a while ago. Lizzo's dancing to the Labubu. The Labubu is God now. People are stabbing each other for Labubus. At some point, you have to look at yourselves and go, okay, there's these girls that think they're dogs and cats, and it's a white lady who's the pet handler, and the black girl's the pet, whatever that means. People are killing each other for Labubu's. Mr. Beast has a game show. Have you seen this guy? Mr. Beast, this white guy with a goatee who has one of his friends was like pretended to be trans, and then he got in trouble, but he wasn't, or he became trans, and then that became like he was fucking kids or something. There was something with the FBI and the CIA. You got to look up all the weird Mr. Beast lore. But this guy has a game show that's like modeled after Squid Games, and he gives you a Tesla or something, or $1 million. At this point, right? I mean, we're supposed to get like if you get in an accident or something in this country, and you don't have insurance. You don't have health insurance. You need a life-saving operation. They're going to be like, well, have you tried to go on Mr. Beast's Magic Emporium? You could win $1 million. Like, you're going to be like, I need a lung transplant. And they're going to go, have you applied to be on Wheel of Fortune? If you solve a quiz. This is where we're at. You can't tell me. I don't care if it's because of Joe Biden or tariffs or Trump. I don't care. You can't tell me that this isn't true. I'm looking at it right now. $30,000 worth of... Why are Labubus worth $30,000? Do you think the marker of making it great again, a healthy society is you need Mr. Beast to buy you a house? Do you think us leaning in on these Christian folk, false idols, we need to worship Deal or No Deal so that we can like get our teeth fixed? We need Instagram some douchebag white guy with fucking a mop top, and he shaves the sides and combs his hair forward, and he's 20 and he manages OnlyFans girls. You need that guy to walk up to you on the street with a camera going, hey, bruh, today I woke up and we're gonna go bless someone rando. Chat. Look, chat. I got my Ray-Ban Meta on, chat. I just hooked him up, dude. I just blessed him. Look, I just gave this homeless guy like 500, bruh. Chat. No one sees, do you guys see this? This is what the society is devolved into. No good jobs. AI will take everything. It's fine. It's over. It's already happened. Everybody, they just let them in. So you're left with this economy of Labu. Okay, well, I won't bum you out. Here's another thing someone sent me. Redneck brawls. Let's see. Oh, it's not even working. All right, go to Redneck Brawl on Instagram. Thank you guys for sending that. It's great. I'll get off my rant here. Go to shinningyou.com, by the way. All right, worst vacations. The hotline's 424-244-9599. We're not taking any more worst vacations. You can email the Unfunny Kevin Show at theunfunnykevin@gmail.com. We have 2 of them right here for you, and we'll get into it. Usually I'd run these through an AI filter, but these were messages, so I'll just read them to you real quick here. And they're both pretty funny. Okay, so before I got married, I traveled a lot alone. I loved going to Key West, Florida, but it was getting really expensive for me. So my travel agent suggested a week in Cancun. Perfect for someone like me. I knew a little Spanish to get by. Okay. Day 1 was fine. The beach was that of postcards. Okay. Day 2, I thought I'll rent a go-kart boat. It's like a go-kart, but on the water and motorized. Okay. There are many of other people and a guide. The guide went too fast. My ankles were banging off the bottom of the metal. Ooh, Jesus Christ. My ankles were banging off the bottom of the metal motorboat and I sprained one of them. Oh my God. Bro, that's like a razor scooter hitting your shin or some shit. Fuck that. Day 3, I'm limping around and decide to go out on the town for drinks. Huge abhorrent error. I got roofied at I hope this is a guy. I got roofied at a popular night spot after dinner. It's easy to imagine the rest. Oh no. Oh my God, I think this is a girl. Cancun police took a statement but spoke no English and did nothing at all. Oh my God. Day 4 started off worse. Oh my God. After my unimaginable night on the town, the salad I'd eaten with dinner had me bedridden for 3 days watching Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise over and over. I was too sick and I fucking hate Tom. Day 7, I thank God I went home. It was the vacation of hell. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, that beats it. You got raped and your ankles were Jesus Christ. Oh my God. That's fucked up, guys. Jesus. Okay, last one, and I'm going to let you have a good weekend. My dick of a stepbrother shit his pants. My dick of a stepbrother shit his pants in a mall in Hawaii the first day that we were there. And then he developed a crush on a girl who was staying at the same hotel as us. When he finally worked up the nerve to flirt with her, she told him she saw him shit his pants and wasn't interested. I had a great vacation, but my stepbrother did not. That's a fucking good one, man. Oh my God. I'm happy to be home. Email TheUnfunnyKevinShow@gmail.com. Text the hotline, leave a voicemail, 424-244-9599. Next month, I guess for the month of September, I'm thinking we might do some funny like back to school or some shit. I bet you everybody, I always got some, good story. I like the fall. I like the seasons when they change and the leaves ruffle and the fucking cold and all that shit. I hate pumpkin spice, but wasn't designed for me. That's fine. I'm not the demo. So listen, folks, I love you guys. Thanks for supporting the show every week. And thanks for listening while I've been gone. I really appreciate that. And we'll talk new markets and video and all that shit we're working on next episode. I appreciate it. And have a good rest of your week.